on the fly. This here recapping, predicting the World Junior Championship, U18 Women's World, the Men's World Championship, Women's World Championship, U18 Men's World Championship. What is happening? It is by far one of the dumbest things I have ever seen. Prepare to die. Figured it was better safe than sorry. Scores! Nathan McKinnon scores for Canada. Your home for international hockey. This is On the Fly. And hello everybody and welcome back to On the Fly, your home for international hockey. We are back for game set number 3 of today, which should be another really good one. You think about it coming in for both of these teams, a lot to play for, right? And we look at this matchup, Austria and Germany, probably one of the better ones we're going to see today. We've already had a huge upset earlier in the day, which actually makes this game ever so much more important with Latvia upsetting Team USA. And now all of a sudden you start to look at this game as a potential upset factor type of game. We will, of course, see whether or not that does end up being the case, but still a lot to play for both sides today. For Germany, although their path is now out of their hands to get into that quarterfinal round, it will be fun to keep an eye out there for today's game between Germany and Austria. Germany is basically screwed at this point as far as trying to get themselves in. You essentially need Latvia to end up losing if they win or loss, but especially with the win, you need Latvia to end up basically losing to the other two bottom feeding teams in this group, whether it be Great Britain or Hungary. I'd say the Hungarian one is really the only thing that has still potential at this. I don't see Great Britain going out and beating Latvia. Could it happen? Sure. Is it likely? No. And so overall, I would say as far as the only hope that is kind of remaining here still, you are kind of looking for that to be that kind of the tougher game against a good squad. But we'll see whether the upset snowball can continue as well. On the other side, in one of the games that I kind of wanted to make a game of the day today, but was outvoted in our poll with Sweden taking on Norway in what could very well potentially shape out to be another upset type of game for Norway, who nearly went out and beat Canada just a day prior, or 2 days prior now. They came so close and unfortunately just couldn't quite finish it in the end. You look at it for this Norwegian team looking to try and pull off the big upset today against Team Norway or against Team Sweden, and we'll see whether they can get it done. If you can't tell, this is our third stream of the day, so I will apologize for my voice well in advance. Dang, I misclicked Austria, wanted to press Germany. Well, a vote's a vote. I guess we all know where your true allegiances lie today. But you look at it for both these teams, it should be a great day of action, great game here between both Sweden and Norway, as well as between Germany and Austria. We will see who ends up pulling through with the victory today. Should be great. Thank you for subscribing. It should be a great day of action here. I think this would be our first ever marquee matchup with Austria in it. I'm trying to think back to some of our other games, whether we've actually even done an Austria game on this channel. Maybe we did. I think we might have. Have we done a game? I'm not sure if we've done an Austrian game on this channel now that I'm saying it. Because, yeah, I'm actually not convinced we have. I think we thought about doing it. I don't think we... Oh, no, we did. Because it was Denmark and Sweden we did. At least I believe we did. Let's double check that. But this will be one of our first... This is our first ever game with Austria being in that, what we like to call, marquee matchup spot. We did do Austria and Hungary earlier in this tournament. And so not exactly our first ever, but still, I mean, we haven't got to see Austria on the marquee stage yet. And so it'll be very exciting for Austria today, a team that has shown extremely well so far at this tournament. As far as expectations for this game of how I think it'll end up going, I would assume it's going to be a tight game right to the very end, but I think this is going to be probably one of the better games we'll see at this tournament today. In particular, we'll see kind of who ends up pulling through with the victory, but for both these teams, a whole lot to play for. We will see who ends up walking away with the victory in this one, but it should be a really good one between both these sides. In the end, I'm actually not even sure who will end up pulling through. It's probably one of those tighter games. As far as our predictions went at the start of the tournament, we did take Germany to win 4-2 over Austria, as well as Sweden to win 5-1 over Norway. As far as expectations go, I would expect that to be a little bit more close, but it'll be definitely an interesting game there. We are just about underway here. We will see who's going to end up pulling through with the victory today. It'll be a very good game between both sides. And as well, one game that I do have my eyes on in particular, as we kind of talked about a little bit off the intro, is also Sweden and Norway. Two teams that very well could potentially go back and forth in this game. It will definitely be interesting to see who can pull out with the victory today. But time will tell. And part of the beauty of it is that we will be having coverage, hopefully, for both games today. But it should be a good one. What else do we have here? With the refs, Norway has a chance to win against the Swedes. We still on the whole reffing train? I guess we are. If Austria wins, Latvia's in a tricky spot, right? Yes, if Austria wins, Latvia wouldn't necessarily be in a tricky spot, because then it would be more so whether or not Austria or the US end up going forward. I mean, either way, it's going to be a difficult road forward. If Latvia can go out and win both their games, it doesn't really matter. And to be honest, they kind of just need to do that if they want to make it into the playoff rounds. But they're in a decent spot as of this point. I'm not sure whether there'll be too much on that account, but I would say that as far as expectations go, they are really right where they want to be at this point in the tournament. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. So we are just about underway here in both games of action. We will see who can pull out with the victory today. It will definitely be a game to keep your eyes on between both of these sides. As part of the fun of these games is that they're not actually being televised. So currently, Norway and Sweden's the only one that's on North American television as of this point. So currently just trying to figure out why the TSN Plus thing is not working right now. Norway and Sweden underway. Remember to stay hydrated. Cheers. That throat is going to thank you. No kidding. Well, we might be doing coverage for Norway and Sweden today at this point. Doesn't appear that it's going to be all that friendly. Lovely. It's really weird. If anyone else has TSN Plus, is it working for you right now? As Norway-Sweden, 18:08 left to go in this first period, we are still awaiting to see what ends up happening over in Austria and Germany. Hopefully Austria will win, so USA gets dropped, likely from the playoffs. That would be pretty cool, actually. I wouldn't mind. I would not mind seeing that at all. I think that would make for a very entertaining, a very entertaining kind of thing there. Sekman Larson passes it over, shot from distance. Unable to get it through. We are having technical difficulties again today. We had a little bit of difficulties earlier in the morning, if you remember back to our first stream, and it appears that they might be back as our trusty old stream of this game is getting a little bit testy right now. And so we'll hopefully be able to find our game here, but we will we'll have to see. I do apologize to everybody for tuning in to this. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. All right, so we're back. The update for you is that we're probably not going to get this Germany game in Austria. So we will give you Norway and Sweden for at least for the first period. And then from there, we'll see. Probably spend a little bit more time at the intermission trying to figure out if we can get this game on the screen. But as of right now, unfortunately, part of the fun of doing these things live is you're kind of up to whatever it ends up deciding you feel like it feels like. So for now, we will be stuck with this. I do apologize, and we'll fix up the graphics at the break. But for now, that is what we have going as part of the fun. Once again, is that you don't actually ever get to really control what it's saying. So we'll keep you updated on the score for Germany and Austria as well as the time slots. But at the same time, unfortunately, part of the fun of today appears to be that it's not going to work all that well. So do apologize once again. Sometimes technology likes me and most of the time it doesn't. So today is one of those days it doesn't. So we have 10:50 left to go between Germany and Austria in their first period of action, still tied 0-0 as well. Norway and Sweden currently tied at zeros as well. We'll see whether or not they can push through here and take home a big win. So obviously look at these two teams really trying to make a push for it here. And we'll see whether or not they can get it done. Should be very interesting. But you look at it for all these teams so far. For Germany and Austria, by the looks of things, it was a fairly tight game. Shots are tied through the opening few minutes of play. Of course, we'll be jumping over to Sweden and Norway here in just a moment. So we do have one last look through to see if there is any other potential there, but it does not appear that there will be. So as the penalty will be upcoming here to, I believe the Swedes will get a tripping call here, and they will. So Norway will head to the power play, trying to get themselves up early here in this one. And we will see what's going to be the case here. But time will tell. Puck played back, and we fired the length of the ice down. Oh, and a turnover there at the line. All alone shot. Tripping penalty. Would that be a penalty shot? It will be. Jacob Delarose will go to the penalty shot here. But for Sweden as they try and get themselves up early in this game. Delarose, well, I guess he doesn't have to shoot, but he probably won't shoot, to be honest. But a penalty shot, a weird turnover there. Looked like the Swedes would have got it all the way down the ice. But no goes. And here comes the Swedes. The shooter will be Lucas Raymond for this team. In comes Raymond. On the penalty shot. Makes a move, shoots, and saved by Oakland. Good save there by the Norwegian goaltender. Keep this one keep this one tied, to be honest. Puck played in. Norway still on their power play here, trying to find their way through. Germany and Austria still tied 0-0. 8:10 left to go in the first period there. So Norway will try and work their way in. Moves it up to the point. Puck will come all the way down the ice. Moves on in. Slides it over. Shot. Saved there. Good stop there by the Swedish goaltender today. Lucas Raymond with the opening chance here on the penalty shot was turned away. That's why we are 0-0 to this point. For those just joining us due to a technical issue, we weren't able to get the Germany-Austria game. And so instead, we'll be following along with Norway and Sweden and updating the score for Germany and Austria. You think about the importance of that game for the overall standings. We will see whether or not there will be any kind of retribution there. Shot. Scores! Norway gets on the board first. And Norway finds their way up. Noah Steen will get Norway on the board early here on the power play. And one chance at one end leads to another on the other. And all of a sudden, this Norwegian team is leading over Sweden by a goal. Reminds you of something? Maybe a little bit. Norway 1, Sweden 0. And a great start for this Norwegian team today. What could become a very fascinating development here for this game today. As the Swedes now work back in, looking for an answer. Tries for the chance, unable to get much going past that as we hit the 10-minute mark left to go in this one between Sweden and Norway. Oliver Ekman-Larsson will collect it behind his own net. Up comes Sweden now. Persson push it forward to Silverberg. Shot chance, unable to get there. Puck gets rimmed around. And here comes Norway back the other way. Germany and Austria still tied 0-0. 6:40 left to go in their first period. We have the shots on goal at 4-3 for Germany. Germany's already taken a penalty in this game. Was able to kill it off, though. And so still, to this point, no score. As we'll head to the power break over in Sweden and Norway, we'll see whether or not there's going to be any more action coming here today. On that account, at least. Should be a game to definitely keep an eye on for this Norwegian team, a team who's shown that they're able to contend with the best of the teams at this tournament. I'm excited now to see if they're going to be able to hold on here. We'll check our chat. We haven't done that in actually quite a while. Can't predict tech issues. I do appreciate that. Norway almost became Canada's nightmare. Damn, Norway would be crazy if Norway somehow clinches the win here, and there it is. What is your take on Latvia so far? I think Latvia has done a lot to expectations. Today's win over the U.S. definitely wasn't expectation, but it was a long time coming for them, and so I wouldn't say it was necessarily surprising in that sense. Like, I'd say they were always expected to be competitive, but definitely good to see them kind of catch their groove in a big way. Latvia's a terrible opponent for teams which play offensive hockey. Absolutely it is. But it's because they wait for you to make mistakes, and if you don't make a mistake in the game, you'll end up winning. But the issue is it's very difficult to do so. 4:57 left to go in the first period between Austria and Germany. This is the Swedes in their game will work up. Here comes Sweden up neutral ice. Ekman Larsson now will fire it down. If you missed it before, Delarose got taken down on a breakaway attempt. A penalty shot was made, and unfortunately for the Swedes, unable to capitalize on it. Lucas Raymond took the power of that penalty shot, and then over there didn't quite pan out. And then from there, the Norwegians ended up scoring, and so it was a bit of a tough sequence there for this Swedish team. Sweden, once again, coached bad, will be refreshing with new head coach after this World Championship for sure. For sure it will be. Yeah, I know a lot of people are calling for the coach's head, but it's definitely interesting to see there just how bad it's gotten, really. I mean, it is very it's interesting to see how many people there are, and I mean, at some point you can't just keep blaming you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. It's that classic argument, and unfortunately for the Swedish team, they just haven't really figured that part out yet. As Steen now works up for Norway, cycle it down. And the Swedes keep it up. Persson there at the line. We'll try and circle it up ice. Norway down a goal against Team Sweden. There is 7 minutes left to go in this first period between these two teams. So puck will be rimmed down low. 4:20 left to go, left in Germany and Austria's first period. If you are just joining us, unfortunately due to technical difficulties, we won't be able to cover Germany and Austria, but we will be switching our coverage at this intermission over to Sweden and Norway for what should be a tremendous game between these two. It will definitely be a game to keep your eyes on. Two teams who are very good at this tournament. Definitely one that we'll be keeping our close eye on as this one does go along. Sweden now with it. Stretch pass. Drops it off for the Holmstrom. Holmstrom with it now, works in, tries to find it through, unable to. Takes the puck. Works with it now. Up at the line, Johansson's shot, looking through traffic. Another one, rebound, unable to find it through. Passes it over. And here comes Sweden back the other way. Holmstrom. Sweden starting to turn on the Jets. A little bit poke check, but kept with it. Was Holmstrom there to protect any kind of breakaway going back the other way. Persson now pushes backwards. Moves it forwards. Over to Brandstrom's shot. Misses wide of the net. Heineman now for the Swedes. We'll collect it. Moves it around. Passes it back. Is there a chance that Sweden will not make it to the playoffs? There would be a chance. The chance is extremely unlikely, though. Norway would be the team that would end up beating them. So if Norway goes and beats Sweden today, it's a big step in the right direction there. There's a potential for a 3-way tiebreak, and there's a few other scenarios there that happens within it. After today's game, hopefully we'll have a much better sense of that. But as of right now, once again, it's just too early to try and make your calls based off the fact that there are still quite a few games left at this tournament for just about every team here. Steen. To Raymond. Over to Stenberg. Stenberg with it now. Tries to feed it over to Raymond. Taken down is Raymond behind the play. There will not be a call. And up comes Norway now. Moves it up. Oh, nice play there. Shot. Just misses the net wide. Koblar with the puck for Norway along the half wall. Koblar shimmy shakes, puts it behind the net. Tries the jam play. Oh, and a nice play there for Peterson. Unfortunately, could not find it through. Emilio Pettersson there with a prime opportunity for the Norwegians, but unable to capitalize. Do you think Norway will make it to the quarters? I personally don't. If they go and beat Sweden today, maybe. Actually, maybe. Because you could see the Slovaks as well drop through there. So, maybe. I'll say maybe. It's not 100%, but it's not a not percent either. What else do we have here? Do you think Norway will make it to the quarters or no? Or thoughts on Slovakia-Czechia robbery? I wouldn't say it was much of a robbery, but I'm not really sure where the robbery part comes in. The officiating wasn't that bad in that game. I know we were live for it, and so we saw the immediate reaction, but the refs weren't that bad in it. Don't get me wrong, they weren't great, but we have seen far worse reffing at this tournament. Latvia also has one of the best, or if not the best, goalies with Kotlevskis. I kind of like that one. Might use that. 2:47 left to go in Norway, Sweden. 1:30 left to go, Germany and Austria. Norway in the lead 1-0 over Sweden. Shot from the point. Rebound chance. Soderblom able to keep that one out. Puck will be dumped on in. I know I misspelled Gudlevskis. Maybe you did. Maybe you meant it on purpose. Perhaps that's his real name, hidden behind the mask. Seen better reffing, but also worse reffing. Fair. I feel like that's been a lot of this tournament. Is a lot of people just like no one understands what's being called and what's not, which has been an issue at the IHF level for quite a while now. But still. .145 left to go in the first period between Norway and Sweden. Norway up a goal. 50 seconds left. Germany, Austria tied at zeros to this point. Currently shots in Germany and Austria are 8-5. For the Swedes so far, they have been the better team, but unfortunately put themselves on the penalty kill, weren't able to score on the penalty shot, and then from there, weren't able to defend well enough on that penalty kill. For now, I would still argue no need to be better, but yeah, Gudlevskis is also a very strong goalie. I think, you look at kind of the way some of those quote-unquote underdog teams are situated nowadays. you need that kind of goaltending if you're going to be competitive at these tournaments. And so I've been very impressed so far by this Swiss team and by the Latvians, just how well they've played under some good goaltending, and we'll see if it can continue through the rest of this tournament. I don't suspect it'll be too much of an issue for them, though. Shot from the point, caught there by Oakland. Some little bit of extracurriculars after the whistle here. That in any case, very fair. That should just about do it for first period action between Germany and Austria, tied at zeros through the opening frame. Seems as if Germany is in control of this one so far. 9-5 your shot total to this point. However, which goalie is the best all-time NHL save percentage in the world? Oh, in this Worlds. All-time NHL save percentage in this World's Championships. Let me think about that. Talbot would probably be up. Greaves might be up there because he's a lot fresher. It's a good question, actually. Germany and Austria are playing like this is a proper knockout stage game. I'm sure they are. It's kind of the beauty of it. We are going to take a quick break here, see if we can track down this game. We'll be back in just a second. Okay, so we're back. Think we found something that could potentially work. We'll see come around the second period of action time whether or not it will end up working. But as of now, still a 0-0 game between Germany and Austria through the first period of play. Over in Norway and Sweden has been very much a Sweden-type performance. However, Norway, where it counts up on the score sheet, as far as your shots from that last period, 6-6 between Norway and Sweden, a good start for them. 10-6 in favor of Germany over the Austrian team. And so we will see as this game does continue to progress throughout whether or not there will be any kind of update there. Big thank you to everyone for tuning in and sticking with us through the opening stage of our technical difficulties today. Hopefully we'll be able to continue to provide coverage of this Germany and Austria game. We'll have Norway, Sweden. That one is actually televised today as TSN has decided to be a little stingy with their coverage again. They were stingy with their coverage earlier in the day. However, their kind of streaming service thing ended up working. Today, not so much. And so this is where we are. Watching Sweden and Norway very closely as well. Germany and Austria when that eventually comes back. Be sure to drop your questions in the chat as well. We will be, I believe our poll should have been posted by now. We have everything set on pre-post. If you have not already, also go over to the community tab here on the channel and go vote on, or go ask whatever questions you might have about the tournament. We will be talking quite a bit about that in our day recap video coming out later on tonight. And so we will we'll see how it goes. But as the first intermission does continue to go onward here, we'll see what ends up happening. Should be entertaining. Nobody wants to give up in a lead early, but also both with some big opportunities. I see there are many Latvians, probably because we don't have a proper place for live chat in these games. We do have a fair number of Latvians on our channel or who like to watch our content. A lot of it comes obviously from Latvia killing Canada so many times at this tournament or at these tournaments. And so it doesn't surprise me too much to see all our Latvian friends back for this one. Both of those games. Which Latvian and which Czech or Slovak player impressed you most today? I thought Phil Manis had another really good game. Obviously, he scored 2 goals late, but I thought he had a really good game before that point. You look to some of those key players to, even when they're not going at 100%, for him to kind of figure out his groove. And I thought he did a really good job of that today, really helping kind of set up the attack. But I mean, through and through, it's been quite the game so far. As we catch up on our highlights from the first period of play between Austria and Germany, they're showing the power play there for the Austrian team. Not a whole lot of the Germans, actually the Austrians had the better chances so far in that first period, but a lot of high quality looks actually. Grubauer has been really good so far in that game. We'll see if that can continue into the second period. Reminder, we are hoping to have coverage for this second period. I had some technical difficulties earlier in our first, however, should be good to go, fingers crossed, for this second one. If you are new here, please do smash the like button, hit subscribe if you have not already. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and every subscriber does help out a ton. So please, 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 if you have not already, do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. As well, let me know where everyone's watching from today. I know we have quite a few different places that are being represented. So please let me know who you are or where you are watching from today. As well, vote in our poll who you think will win or potentially who you want to win between these two teams. I would assume that for most Latvian fans, I mean, it's kind of a mixed bag of who I guess you'd rather, but likely you would want the German team just to make it a little easier on yourself. But still, I mean, it's for Latvia now, it all comes down to it's their game to lose. And we'll see kind of what ends up happening here if they do end up kind of blowing it, for lack of a better term, but should be interesting for sure. A reminder that earlier today, and I'm sure many Latvian friends who are in the chat right now remember, Latvia did pull off the big upset over Team USA, a 4-2 win at that. Then as well in that opening game, we saw Denmark take down Slovenia in a huge win for them, a 4-0 final in that game. Then we saw in our second set of games today, which we were live for as well, we've been live for all 3 sets of games today. We saw, who do we see play in the second set of games? We saw we saw Switzerland take down Hungary by a score of 9-0, and then the Czechs absolutely blow the doors off of Slovakia, the Swiss blew the doors off of the Swiss 9-0 final, and then the Czechs played a real good game, took 3 leads in that one, ends up beating Slovakia by a score of 3-2 the final over there. A good back and forth, a rivalry game against 2 teams who are very close. We did see the better team end up on top today, 3-2 final in that game. But still, part of the beauty of these tournaments is every game comes right down to the wire, and we'll see whether or not that will continue into these games for today. Germany and Austria should be a very good game between these 2 teams. First intermission still tied at 0. Both teams have had their fair share of chances. The Germans with more chances, but the Austrians with a lot of high-quality chances. For Norway and Sweden, the Norwegians take the early lead on the power play. Sweden also had a penalty shot in this game, weren't able to capitalize on that. Then, very shortly thereafter, give up the power play goal. And it was a bit of a momentum swing for them there, but at the same time, part of the beauty of it is that for a team like Norway, this is what they do. They stick around just long enough in these kind of games that you can't really stick around long enough. And the longer you wait, the longer a team like this sticks around, the better chance they have in the end to pull off that big upset. So we'll see into today, obviously, for a team like Norway, who's already put a scare into the Canadians earlier this week. We'll see whether or not they can keep with it into this one. The U.S. just seems kind of uninspired, for lack of a better word. Not the best roster, but still a fair bit of NHL talent, even if it isn't star talent for sure. USA team this year is kind of bad. They are. And coming in, we knew that they would be. It was one of the things we spent quite a bit of time on, actually, in our team preview video for them, was that this U.S. team, coming off of both the World Championship gold medal and the Olympic Games gold medal, it was going to be interesting to see kind of how they ended up responding to that. And I don't think they've done a terribly great job, to be completely honest, in that category. But part of the beauty of it, doesn't really matter what you do at the start, it's how you finish. And so we'll see for them if they do kind of finish strong as this tournament does continue to progress onward. Because if the U.S. goes on a heater, wins the rest of their games, they'll be in the playoff rounds. And then from there, it doesn't really matter kind of what ends up happening. But if they lose against Austria, it's going to be a tough road for them. It'd be an early end of their tournament as well, which would be a bit of a surprise, I would say. As much as we knew this U.S. team wasn't going to be as good as typical, they were still a very good team, right? So, I mean, I wouldn't put too much emphasis on the fact that right now they're struggling, but if they don't figure it out soon, there'll be a very quick exit at this year's tournament. But we are just about back underway for Austria and Germany, Norway and Sweden. We'll see how that game, or these 2 games, end up kind of closing out here. But should be exciting. Both games currently in the first intermission, and so should be resuming very shortly here. Problem with the U.S. is they aren't a team. They're just 20 guys on the ice. Very true. Same thing you could say about Canada, right? And I think we have seen that quite a bit with Canada over the last little while. They've looked progressively worse too. as these tournaments have rolled along. Just about back for second period action, I do believe. I think we're just about there. Feels like we're just about at that intermission point. If you have not already, please do smash the like button and hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers here on YouTube. We just hit 2,000, so a big thank you to everyone for smashing the subscribe button, hitting the like button, commenting, voting on our poll, doing all of it. It helps get this channel out to more people, so a big thank you for continuing to do that. But we'll see how it goes. I believe at least that Germany is retaking the ice here for second period action. We'll see Austria and Germany once again heading into the second period. Should be a good one here. Still tied 0-0 between the two. But the Austrians have taken the bench. And I believe, at least, hoping this will work for the rest of today, we're about to start this second period of action. For our marquee matchup of the day between Germany and Austria, which only took the first period to get to, but we are back for it now. Atte Tolvanen in net for Team Austria. Philip Grubauer in net for Team Germany. Over in Sweden and Norway, Sweden has just taken the ice as well. And so we'll be back underway for that one as well in just a moment. Germany 0, Austria 0 through 20 minutes of play. Norway up a goal against the Swedes. Both teams, Norway is trying to pull off an upset. Austria trying to beat the Germans. The winner of these games very likely will start to find themselves into the playoff conversation. If Austria can win, they'll put themselves in a very good spot moving forward. If Germany can win, however, then kind of the power shifts to the other teams at this tournament to see if they can allow this German team back into the tournament for the playoff rounds. Definitely want to keep an eye on there. This puck is dropped and we are back underway for Austria and Germany as this German team continues to kind of push on the pace a little bit, so you could say. Puck will come out. Oh, and a big hit there. Stenberg with the puck for Sweden. Here comes the Germans now. Germany works it around. Austria back in their own end to take it. They will look up ice. Germans now with the turnover. Here comes Germany. Shot. Kicked away by Tolvanen. Tolvanen will need to be good. Oh, and a nice stretch pass there. Tries to feed it across. Looking for the jam play. Unable to find it. Grubauer there. Some good positioning. As the Austrians again will start to try and make their move in. Takes the puck. Moves it on over. Back up to the point. Nice shot there. Tries to find the short side on Grubauer. Austria can't. Sundqvist tries to feed it across. Can't either. Persson moves it upward. We'll hand it off. Back to Pearson now. Will skate in. Shot. Rebound comes straight out. Norway, though, able to keep it out. 18 minutes to go now in Austria and Germany. Still looking for the game's first goal. Shot. Kicks wide. As Austria now will work back in. Austria 2-on-1 emerging. Throws out to the front of the net. Jam play scores! Austria gets on the board first. Leon Wallner scores for Austria to make it 1-0 now. A huge goal for Austria. And all of a sudden, this game becomes oh so much more important. Harnisch throws it out front, and Wallner there for the Austrians to tip it on home. Austria 1, Germany 0. As Eriksson for Norway just pushed Brandstrom from behind in the boards. That'll be probably reviewed for, it'll be a 2-minute minor, I guess, is what they're going to call it. Sweden will head to the power play. Austria ain't screwing around so far. No, they are not. Germany is going to have to lock in if they're going to be successful in this one. Sweden will head to the power play. Austria just scored their goal, are now leading 1-0 in their game. Norway up a goal against Sweden. Sweden will look to try and equalize here on this power play. Stenberg moves over to Raymond. Raymond with the puck. Raymond over to Stenberg. Back to Raymond. Down by the hash marks. Down low to Bjork. Bjork with it. Back to Raymond. Raymond takes the puck. Raymond dipsy doodles around the face-off dot. Raymond back with it now. Over to Ekman Larsson. Shot looking for the tip. Hits, is that Stenberg in the face? Puck comes bouncing in and Stenberg scores for Sweden to make it 1-1. And a bit of a strange play there as Berglund got hit in the face. A very chaotic play, but Sweden gets themselves on the board. Sweden 1, Norway 1. Ivar Stenberg with his third goal of the tournament makes it his 7th point. And Berglund takes it right off the face, and then Stenberg bats it home. And Ivar Stenberg, and Germany now scores to tie it. Lukas Reichel with the goal. And we're all tied up at ones. A chaotic last few moments in both games, as now we see Germany tie this one at 1. A beautiful play there, behind the back from Szymanski right on to Reichel's stick, who deposits it top shelf into the back of the net. Cross game action we go as all teams deciding they want to score. And the Austrian coach not terribly happy. Norway now back with the puck in the offensive zone for Germany, trying to set up down low as well. Reichel assisted from Szymanski and Tiffels on that last goal. And we got ourselves a few couple good games here. If you are new here, please do smash the like button, hit subscribe. Let me know where you're watching from today. As well, vote on our poll who you think will end up taking home the victory, whether it be Germany or whether it be Austria. The Austrians now work back up ice. Taken away in Germany now with the puck. Puck will go the length of the ice for icing. 15:24 left to go in Sweden and Norway. Over in Germany and Austria here, 1-1 still, 14:30 left to go in the period. Both teams looking for that next goal to try and help themselves along in this one. Swedish fans very happy after that last goal. Shot from long distance in Austria, Germany. The Austrians there with the chance, but Grubauer able to turn it aside. Tiffels with it. Put out the front shot, saved by Grubauer. A good stop there on Nissner, who walked in. The Swedes putting out their top line right now. Bjork, Raymond, and Stenberg for Team Sweden. Bjork in the face-off dot. Koblar for Norway. Face-off won by Sweden. And the puck will come over. Moves it forward to Bjork. Bjork with a nice move there. Bjork moves it down low. Hits the guy in the slot. Looking for the backdoor feed play. Can't quite find it through. A big opportunity there for Team Sweden. As the Austrians now, with the puck in their own end, will look up ice with it. Coming back in the other way. $14:20 left to go in Norway and Sweden. Did Berglund get an assist from his face? I would actually assume he would, probably, considering it hit off him and then went in. Jam play out front from the Austrians nearly goes in. As Sweden will go to the power play in their game. Big opportunity here for them to get themselves on the board again. Shot. Austria with a lot of forward pressure in this game so far. They're not waiting around. Is that a two-line? Oh, that went on the inside of the glass, didn't it? It's a tough delay game penalty coming cross ice. Holmstrom with it now. Holmstrom walks in, sends it down low. Sweden on the power play. We've got to do a power break over in Germany and Austria. Holmstrom walked in. Hoekland with a nice shoulder save to hit it off the crossbar and then flip it out. For Norway today, with the win, they'll put themselves a big step closer to try and make the playoff rounds at this tournament. Still will not be easy. Can't play that with his hand. If you're Sundqvist, you got to be careful. Persson moves it over to Holmstrom. Holmstrom with it. Sends it over back to Holmstrom from Sundqvist. Holmstrom with it. Cross crease feed. Beautiful pass. Rebound opportunity broken up. Heineman with the shot there. could not get it past Oakland. Moves forward. Puck will be sent down the length of the ice. 1:05 left to go in this power play. 13:08 left to go in Austria and Germany. As Holmstrom, I think, will go for a penalty here. Not entirely sure what the penalty is for. Holmstrom wanders in. What's the penalty for? Oh, for slashing. That's a weak call. The Norwegian player wasn't really holding his stick either, which makes that one that much worse. Germany with it. Moves on in. Seider's shot. Unable to get there. Passes around. Shots on goal through this second period. 5 shots for Team Austria. 3 for tip play. Looking for the rebound in front. Can't find it. It is currently 4-on-4 action here between Norway and Sweden. Norway will then go to the power play shortly after this 30 seconds is done. And Bjork now. Viggo Bjork works in. Bjork shot. Blocked up top. And a little bit of rough stuff after the whistle here in Austria and Germany. Chance to the front. Norway with a prime opportunity there to try and get themselves up a goal. 4-on-4 is now over. Norway will head to the power play for 51 seconds of this one. And shorthanded comes Sweden. 3-on-1 emerging. Shot. And he misses the net. And now Norway comes back the other way with numbers. Drops it on back. Hits the streaking guy. Shot blocked in front by Ekholm. A great block shot there to keep the puck out. Back to Germany. Austria. Shot. Misses wide of the net. Shot again. Tolvanen able to make the save. And for Tolvanen, coming off a big performance the other day, looking to try and continue that as they look ahead in this tournament. Norway has the pieces if they can pull off the upset today. Norway can pull off the upset all of a sudden, or if Austria can pull off the upset and beat Germany, although it isn't much of an upset, Tolvanen will need to be a big part of this team. Norway now work up ice. Fires it down low. Germany's shot. Seider from the point. Blocked out. So far, this Austrian and Germany game has been relatively quiet as far as chances go. Every so often, there's a big one, but in between there, not a whole lot to discuss. Expected goals to this point, kind of doubling back on that, what we were talking about, 1.29 for Austria, 0.57 for the Germans. Puck works in, shot, misses wide of the net. And back up come the Norwegians now. They'll flip it up to neutral ice. Silverberg gets the puck knocked off him. Norway now will break back in. Rim it around. Passes it off. Norway. Shot. Turned away by Soderblom. Germany now. Beautiful opportunity. Walks the line. Shot. Kicked away by Tolvanen. Another glove save off the rebound. Gavanke with a pretty good opportunity there. Goes for naught as Tolvanen with a huge glove save off the rebound. Going into a power break, Germany and Austria tied at 1 with under 10 minutes to play. As we shift our focus back to Sweden and Norway, the Norwegians, a lot of pressure over the last few minutes on this Swedish team. The Norwegians have looked very good so far at this tournament. I will say that much. They started with a big performance against the Slovaks, unfortunately fell out just short, but then followed up with big games each and every time. Follow after that, Pedersen will have to let that play go. Stenberg going digging. Koblar going to take exception to that one. Germany, you better play with the reliability of a surgeon. You better get the double meaning. Did Garland get an assist from the face? Huge opportunity for Austria. Holy, damn near went in. The refs in this tourney are kind of weak. Yeah, we tend to see that, especially with double IHF competition, is that even the refs kind of struggle a little bit. They haven't been great so far, so we'll see if they end up picking it up as this goes along. But as of right now, yeah, I would agree. It hasn't been great. You can always tell how good they've been doing just by the reaction of fans. And put it this way, it hasn't been too good so far. As Germany now will work in. Shot. Tolvanen, another big save there. Is that Tuomi who gives a little shot after the whistle? I think it's Cahoon, actually. Who gives a little shot to Tolvanen after the whistle there. No, it is Tuomi. Tolvanen with a nice save coming across his crease to make the stop. Bjork, face-off win. Back to Persson. Over to Haig. Haig moves it down low. Skates with it. Raymond looks in front. Stenberg. Puck comes straight out. Straight up. And then cleared out by the Norwegians. But that will go the length of the ice for icing. 8:25 left to go in the second period between Sweden and Norway. Score still sits 1-1. Germany now with it. Works in over the line. Shot. Tolvanen, rebound chance. Unable to find it through. As taken down was the German forward. No penalty call upcoming. Moves it forward. Sends it on back. And a penalty call upcoming. Sweden will head back to the power play here. Raymond gets high sticked. And we'll go, the Norwegians will go to the box. Krodahl with the penalty there. Or we'll see if they can capitalize on this opportunity. And a big one for sure here for this Swedish team. A lot of players on the ice there for Germany, no call. Works out to the slot area shot. Block shot up top. Reichel again with a prime opportunity. Berglund. Bjork with the puck for Sweden. On the power play, a big opportunity here. Raymond with the puck. Tries to fire it cross ice. Can't quite get it through. But the puck will stay in. Stenberg with it now. Stenberg moves up to the point to Ekman Larsson. Ekman Larsson back to Stenberg. To Bjork's shot. Misses over the net. Raymond with it now. Raymond takes it. Raymond with the puck. Holds on to it. Tries to feed it down low to Bjork. Bjork holds on to it now. Cycles it over to Stenberg. Stenberg to the point to Ekman Larsson. Ekman Larsson back to Stenberg. Stenberg with the puck over to Ekman Larsson. Ekman Larsson with it. Fires it down and around to Bjork. Bjork to Stenberg. Moves it over to Berglund. Up over to Bjork. To Stenberg. Stenberg. Ekman Larsson fires it down and around down to Raymond. 1 minute left to go on the power play. Stenberg with it now. Goes for a little skate. Finds this guy down low in Raymond. Raymond up to Bjork. Bjork with a big cross check there on Berglund. Don't believe there'll be a call coming. Raymond now skates with it. Raymond feeds over to Bjork and a huge block shot there. And Germany, Szymanski scores for Germany to make it 2-1. Germany has found themselves back on the board and in the lead in this game. A huge goal for Joshua Szymanski, his first of the tournament. Steen walks in, shot, scores! Noah Steen for Norway, shorthanded, makes it 2-1. And Norway all of a sudden puts Sweden on the chopping block. Norway 2, Sweden 1 on the shorthanded goal. End-to-end action we go again. And a bit of some rough stuff after the whistle between Norway and Sweden, two countries that don't really like each other right now. Steen being told to go back to his own bench. Oh, who's that? Is that Twomey maybe? Ends up going back. No call coming. Looks like he got sticked up high. But a huge goal there for Noah Steen as he gets this Norwegian team the lead. Norway 2, Sweden 1. Germany 2, Austria 1. Probably should have led with that one considering that's our marquee game. But the bigger one, the upset watch game we have on for today between Norway and Sweden. A fascinating development here. And for Sweden, this is a real tough game for them right now. Because you think about what the implications are for them. Norway could very well sneak into their spot. Although Slovakia too will also be in that consideration as well. Bjork walks in, shoots. Not quite there. Moves it over as Cahoon. Off to the bench there. Was the player that we were trying to figure out who it was. Kalias not too happy about it. Holmstrom to Brandstrom. Brandstrom flips it back out to the point to Ekholm. Ekholm will rim it around. Ekholm shot through traffic. Rebound chance. It's loose and the net comes off where De La Rose was about to put it in the back of the net. And he's trying to talk to the official. Austria will rim it around the boards here. And what should have been a goal for Sweden ends up with the net knocked off. And that'll do it for Sweden's power play as well. And they are going to go put that under review now, where they will see whether or not it did go in, or was going to go in, or whatever they're going to check. This goal shouldn't count. If it does end up counting, I'd be fairly surprised. Because now you have to make a judgment call on if there was a post there, would have went in or not. But Germany does lead as we head into the power breakdown in that game. Sweden and Norway under review right now. They're showing Szymanski's goal again. here comes the official for Sweden and Norway, seeing if there will be a goal here. No goal to call. And Halam not too happy about that one. As pandemonium sets in front of that Norwegian net. Here we go again. 5:28 left to go in the second period. Austria penalty, I believe, coming up for delay a game. And it will be on Wolf for Austria. Delay a game, the call. Germany now will head to the power play. We'll see if they can extend their lead right now. Ekholm passes it down. A reminder that in the event of a three-way tie, you are looking for a lot of goals in this game if you are Germany. Shot. Where's the puck? Carlson there with a nice move. Puts it back up top. Johansson with it. Tries to move it over. Ekman Larsson with it now. Slide it around. Carlson behind the net. Carlson waits with it. Tries to feed it out front. Can't quite find his own guy. And the puck will come back out to center ice. Swedes work in. Shot gloved out. Roar against Szymanski in the face-off dot. And the Austrians win back the draw. Puck will be rimmed around but kept in at the line for Germany. Moves it along. Seider with it now. Takes it. Reichel. Back to Seider at the point. Seider back to Reichel. Looks for his guy on the back wall. Passes it over Michaelis. Tries to feed it back. Can't. Back to Michaelis. Back to the point. Seider. Back over to Seider again. Seider works down low to Michaelis. Back to the point to Seider. Seider fakes it. Shoots. Looking for a tip in front. But Tolvanen able to make the stop. A good save there. You are new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button and follow, or hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. I respect the hate watch. And Sweden now will go to the penalty box here. As the Germans now work back in. Govanke. Silverberg as well will go to the box. Norway will head to the power play here. Shot. Turned away by Tolvanen. And a big power play here for Norway. Passes it down low. Sends it back. 10 seconds left to go on the power play for Germany. Germans back to the point. Long shot. Deflected in front. Rebound chance is loose. But tied up there nicely by the Austrian defenders. And that'll do it for the German power play. Dangerous minute afterwards, though. Takes it. Looks to the backdoor feed. Cannot connect on the backside. And this puck will stay in for now. As the Norwegians come flying in. Shot from long distance. Turned away. Works in. Steen down low. Up to the point. Walks the line. Back over. Shot. Blocked out top. The Norwegians with another lead. Shot again. Steen misses on it. Norwegians holding up another lead in these games against a better team than they are. See how they can fare. Goes in. Shoots. Unable to get it past Soderblom. Norwegians catch up now. Slow down the pace. Back from the point shot. Thank you for subscribing. Takes it now. Moves it up top. Cycles it along. Moves it over. Pass. Vesterheim. Shoots it, but gets blocked up top. Over in Germany and Austria, shot from long distance. Blocked away. 1:29 left to go in the period between Germany and Austria, as that game continues to tick down. 2-1 your score for the German team over in Norway and Sweden. Norway's power play set to expire right about now. Works on in. 1:45 left to go in the second period over there. We've entered the final minute of play between Germany and Austria. Takes it now. Shot. Kicked away. They'll fire it up and around the boards. Szymanski now for Germany will walk in with it. Szymanski, a nice move there. Over to Tiffel's shot. Glove save there by Tolvanen. Jam play out front, looking for the rebound. Norway there, able to clear it out of the way. They'll work again, the Swedes will. Sweden with it now. Raymond holds on to it. To Stenberg shot. Blocked out front. Could have been a good, nice save there, I guess, by Oakland. Bjork with it. Bjork waits. Nice feed there to Stenberg. Stenberg back pass there to Ekman Larsson, who tries for that one-touch feed but can't find it through. Bjork with it now. 35 seconds left to go in the period. Last chances for both sides. Brandstrom with it. We'll wait with it. Shoots it from long distance. It's blocked up top. 10 seconds to go in Austria. Germany's second period. One last chance coming back up the way on the rush for Germany. For Norway's shot. Misses wide of the net. 1 second. And that'll do it for Austria and Germany as we head to the intermission over there. Over in Norway, Sweden. One last chance but ruled offside. Germany 2, Austria 1 after 2 periods of play. We head into the second intermission for that game as well. We'll wrap up here with Norway and Sweden in the final few seconds of this game as well. Some testing moments for the Norwegian team over the last few minutes of play. If you are new here, please do smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll be answering your live questions at the period break. So be sure to start getting your questions thought out and start putting them in the chat. We'll talk a little bit more about the games that were on what's been a very busy day so far of actions. We've been live for all of those games to this point, all 6 of them so far today. And then we'll be doing our day recap video a little bit later on tonight. And so if you have not already, be sure to get your question in for that, to have our chance to appear in our recap video coming out once again later tonight for that. Should be a good one. We have a lot to talk about and a lot to get through. A lot of different kind of tiebreaker scenarios, if you will, that we do need to discuss quite a bit. But that'll do it for the second period of play between Norway and Sweden. A good start for this Norwegian team as they look to try and hold on now. Remind you a lot of couple days ago's game against Canada, where Norway once again held a pretty good lead heading into that final period. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite finish the job, and we're going to see here. Okay, let's see what we've been missing in this chat. Unfortunately, with the technical difficulties earlier, it means we can't actually check our chat while the Austria-Germany game is going along. And so we'll see what people are saying here. 1-1, we got a game, both ends. I think Switzerland will win this year. Very good chance. Knockouts are going to be a show and a half regardless. Very excited for the playoff rounds. There's going to be a lot of chaos on that opening quarterfinal day as well. The semifinals will prove to be some of the best matchups we'll probably see at this tournament. The gold medal, we're likely seeing some combination of Finland, Switzerland, and Canada, which will make for another great game. One of those matchups will also be in the semifinals. And so it's going to be really entertaining right to the very end. I'm looking forward to this playoff round. Oh no, the advertisement got interrupted again by a hockey game. Damn, do I miss the old times before the power breaks. I like how they call them power breaks now, because it's like, okay, you can still just call them commercial breaks. That's okay. Germany, that was beautiful. 2-1 Norway. What is happening? We might see our upset here. What a crazy day so far. God, I love international hockey. Me too. Go team. And this was a game that we weren't sure. We actually put it out to a poll, which game you'd rather see as the marquee matchup. The overwhelming favorite for that poll was Germany and Austria. And so we ended up taking that game. A little bit of trouble in the first half of this game. But in the end, we make our way through. Germany currently leads 2-1 in our marquee feature of today over Team Austria, over in Norway and Sweden. Norway trying to pull off the upset here and take down Sweden. Currently in a real good spot so far with a 2-1 victory in that one. Norway Masterclass incoming. Here we go. Still waiting on that. Barkov, Granlund action is still missing. Has your top four changed from the early predictions? And if so, which teams will likely make it? That's a very good question. I would say that as of right now, the issue is with the team like, I think we had Sweden. I want to say we had Sweden in that final. Yeah, so we had Sweden going to the bronze medal game and eventually losing to Finland in the bronze. Right now, the issue with that prediction is that it won't end up happening because of the way that the groups format itself. You're going to be losing. You're basically going to be bleeding points to a lower team. And so what I would say as far as my expectations coming forward in this is that Finland will still win the group. Switzerland will still come second in the group. I don't think that changes at all. And so because of that, 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3. And so I think Switzerland ends up beating Canada in the semifinals now instead of in the finals. We had that as a gold medal matchup before. And so Finland will then play Switzerland for gold. Where once again, I am still taking Switzerland to be my gold medal winning team. I know the Finns have had a lot of reinforcements at this point, and I do think we'll end up as well on Wednesday putting together a playoff preview video, kind of heading into that day on Thursday for the quarterfinal rounds. We'll put together kind of that playoff preview like we've done. Probably end up making it a podcast as well. And so stay tuned for that. We'll, of course, send details out when we have a better sense of timing. But that's kind of a high level of what to expect for those. But Berglund assist off the face onto Stenberg's stick in that most recent period. They're showing some of the highlights now. A reminder that a Norway win today would be considered a huge upset. The Norwegian team has been knocking on the door over the last couple games. We've seen them just get better and better as this tournament has gone along, but I don't think anyone was really expecting them to be quite this good at this point. Good to see them for sure continue going forward. Norway about to get silver. Let's calm down here a bit. They're a good team, but I don't think they're gonna. I don't know if that's a good question actually. Will they end up making the playoffs now? That becomes the other question. Is for a team like the Slovaks, because of how few goals that they ended up beating them in the case of a 3-way tiebreaker with Sweden, it would be interesting to see. Fascinating. Norway's goalie's been playing great with these 2 shutouts, 2 goals. Sweden goalies. Sweden fans are blessed. You got like 3 goals in a row. While they're looking for the three-peat at this tournament, but we are going to take a very quick break. We'll be back in just a second for third period action between Germany and Austria and Norway and Sweden. See you in a minute. And we are back for what is about to become third period action here at the Men's World Championship preliminary round between Germany and Austria, as well as Norway taking on Sweden. Norway currently leading 2-1 at the second intermission, as well as Germany in the lead 2-1 over Austria. It should be a great end to this one. We'll see who ends up pulling through. But they're showing some of the highlights from the earlier game today. Czechia and Slovakia in what was a pretty tremendous game as well. The Czechs pull through with a 3-2 win in that game. As well, we saw, of course, the upset of the day today, a 4-2 win for Latvia over Team USA. A really impressive game from them there. And then as well, Denmark and Slovenia, 4-0 win for Denmark over the Slovenian team. And then a closeout there with the most recent game as well. Part of that last block was Switzerland taking it to Hungary and beating them 9-0 into the ground. Not a terribly great game in that one, which we have been live for all 4 games of today and going on our 6th game of the day right now. It's been quite the day so far. My voice is just about gone, but just good enough, I would say, for at least one more period of hockey and then onto our day recap video coming out a little bit later on tonight. As we currently are having a fight in our chat between Great Britain and Latvia, which is quite entertaining to read through. GB to quarterfinals and USA relegated. You heard it here first. Hopefully sometime in my lifetime. Fun fact, Britain has more gold medals than Latvia. They have one. That is true. It's been a while, but they do have one. 1936. It's been a while, but yeah. Was that 90 years, I guess, coming up this year? Makes sense. When GB learned hockey from the Canadians, more like when Canadians became hockey from GB, from the British. Yeah. Interesting. But we are quickly approaching third period action here at the Men's World Championships. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. We are on the road here to 2,200 subscribers on YouTube. We are now just 49 away from that milestone. So if you have not already, be sure to smash the subscribe button. Also, after the atrocious performance from last year, did you expect Norway to play this well? To be honest, I thought Norway was going to be a lot worse of a team. They've impressed me quite a bit. The one thing I was interested with is the fact that Norway got substantially worse with their team coming into this tournament than their team last year. And so for me, that was something that I wasn't sure if they'd be able to kind of find their way back. And yes, they're starting to get their reinforcements now, and we'll see whether or not if they do, once Michael Brandt-Igor ends up coming back, whether or not he tends to be that next that next big piece for this team. I wouldn't be surprised to see him be that, but we'll see. You got an awesome channel, not enough coverage out there. Well, thank you very much for the comment, and glad to hear you're enjoying. Bro, for real, the quality's off the charts for one man show on this channel. Appreciate it. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, my voice is so gone. Today, I just hope I have enough that I can get through today and then tomorrow as well, because tomorrow is the worst one. Because like you can always kind of get through the first day of it. It's when it's killing the next day that you have to try and talk, and you just have like absolutely nothing behind it. Those are the worst days than today. But appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching and commenting and liking and subscribing and doing all of that. Really does help. Really does give me that encouragement just to keep going. As Austria and Germany is about to get back underway here for third period action, let us now see. if there is going to be one final upset for today's games. Although I wouldn't really consider it too much of an upset at this point, but we are just about back underway for third period action today. Norway and Sweden coming up as well. Germany and Austria now underway for third period action. Shot on net, turned away by Grubauer. Germany holding on to the 2-1 lead. Norway holding on to the 2-1 lead. We'll see whether or not they can close it out in today's game. And the Austrians now will collect the puck. A reminder that in our predictions for today's games, we had Germany to take down Austria by a score of 4-2, which that is still alive, as well as Sweden beating Norway by a score of 5-1. That one is definitely not alive. And in fact, quite the opposite way. Shot on net. Tolvanen able to turn that one aside. Michaelius. Oh, and takes down. Visman there took down the Austrian defender. Shot turned away by Grubauer. Big hit there. The Austrians now work in from long distance. Shot. Tips up and over the net. Works in, shot, low angle there, turned away by Oakland. Germany now will break back up ice. 18:10 left to go in their third period. 18:50 left to go for Sweden and Norway. So that puck will be ruled for icing down in Germany and Germany and Austria. Shot comes in and tips up over the glass. 18:11 left to go in the third period between Norway and Sweden. Both teams looking for a big upset win in this one. De La Rose passes over. Shot. Rebound chance. Carlson. Oh, and a great save by Oakland to keep it out. Oakland with a 5-star save to lift the pad and deny Carlson of the goal. What a stop. Shot, rebounds loose. Oakland with another great stop. Back-to-back huge saves, and Norway stays in this game. What a save there. Oh my goodness. Oakland with another huge stop for this Swedish team. Or for this Norwegian team, rather. Names are all jumbled now. And he ringed one off the post, but able to make the rebound stop. Germany, puck will come up and out of play. Bjork lines up in the face-off dot. That pad save by Oakland was insane. It was crazy. Ekman Larsson on it with the line. Walks with it. Drops it off. Over to Raymond. Raymond with it now. Walks in. Gets hooked on the play. No call coming. Raymond again. Works in. Raymond shot. Did he save that again? Oh my goodness. Oakland with another huge save. That one behind the back. Score remains 2-1. Shot again. Oh, and they score. Lucas Raymond snipes it top shelf. And what a shot it was. Sweden 2, Norway 2. Wow. What a shot there by Lucas Raymond. I want to see this one again. Oh, yeah, he saved it from behind his back. That's crazy. What a save by Oakland there. Unfortunately, wasn't able to follow it up. Shot again from the point. Nearly had another double up. As the German player there was taken down. No call coming. Oh, it will be a call coming. And Germany now will head to the power play. Rohrer with the penalty for holding. And the Swedes make it, as the kid having a time of his life there. It's 2-2. Lucas Raymond with the goal for Sweden. Germany will head to the power play where they'll look to try and extend their lead. Rohrer holds down Kostner. $16.50 left to go in this period between Sweden and Norway. If you are new here, please do smash the like button, hit subscribe. Here on the power play now is Germany. Works in, passes it down low. Moves it back up to the point. Slides it over. Gavanke tries to reach him. Can't, but a nice keep in there. Germany now with possession in the offensive end. Passes it over. Puck picked off. Austria with numbers going back the other way. Oh, and a great defensive stop there to break up that near breakaway chance. As we check in on our poll, 111 votes registered. 57% of people say Germany will win, 43% for Austria. Is that a penalty? Shot, kicked away. Passes it over. Back to the point. Seider with it for Germany on this power play. Reichel passes back to Seider, who walks along the line. Shot, blocked up top. Passing back along. Moves it back to the point. Seider's shot. Deflection in front. Turned away. Reichel, though, keeps it into the line. Over to Seider. Seider with the puck. Seider takes it. Feeds it on along. Holds on to it now. Szymanski up to over to Reichel, back to Seider. Seider with the puck. Seider back to Reichel. Reichel shot. Scores! Lucas Reichel is second of the game. Makes it 3-1 for Germany over Austria on the power play. In a huge goal for Team Germany. 3-1 Germany. Lucas Reichel on the power play. And all of a sudden, this game is a lot more different than what it was. A tremendous power play there from the German team. Unfortunately, eventually goes in. Unfortunate for the Austrians, who just couldn't quite keep up there. Reichel will come right back in. Sends it around. Puck comes back up to the point. Slides it over. The Germans here with a little bit more pressure. A reminder that the more goals you win by, the better, eventually, especially if you end up in a three-way tiebreaker scenario. Although I don't think they'll have to worry about that too much. Ekholm works in. Doesn't quite work there. Puck will be tipped out and play. Ekholm gives a little push there after the whistle. Stretch pass, tipped up and out of play. 13:21 left to go in the period. But Lucas Reichel picks up there is a big goal there to make it 3-1 for Team Germany. Keeping them alive for, well, at least as of right now, keeping them alive for at least a couple more games at this tournament. We'll see whether or not they will end up being successful. And a fun fact for Germany, they currently have the second worst power play at the IIHF Men's World Championship for this year. Scored their second goal on the power play today. They are currently a staggering 2 for 14 on that power play, which I did not realize just how bad it was. Bjork lines up in the face-off dot for Sweden. Ends up scramble draw. Raymond, though, picks it up for Sweden. Stenberg able to pick it back up. Stenberg back to Bjork. Bjork with it now. Bjork drops it over to Raymond. Raymond continues with the puck. Raymond holds. Drops it back off to Ekman Larsson. Can't quite hold on to that puck. And the Swedes will pick it back up ice. Stretch pass there, and Stenberg goes down for a flop. No call coming. Brandstrom holds on to it, shoots, look for the rebound. Stenberg was right on the doorstep, but not able to get there. And a slashing call upcoming. That will go against Stenberg, I believe. He is incensed right now. And I believe Norway might head to the power play here. And a big turn of events after a prime opportunity at one end all of a sudden leads to a power play chance for Norway at the other. A staggering turn of events. Oh no, I think it's against Norway. I'm not sure why Stenberg was freaking out so much. Yeah, it should be against Norway. Why are you freaking out so much? What did I think of? Is Germany 2.5 good? I would be careful with that line, but it should be fine. I would advise in -1.5, but knowing you, who knows? What do you think of today's game, Latvia versus the U.S.? I thought it was a really well-played game from the Latvian squad. I thought they did a tremendous job at really taking care of business there, as that's going to be the penalty, I guess, in that one. Steen will go to the box for the slash. Sweden to the power play. Germany now. 12:21 left to go in their period, on their third period. Bjork now with the puck for Sweden. Takes it back up to Stenberg. Stenberg walks in with it. Stenberg holds. Stenberg with the puck. Stenberg moves it over. Ekman Larsson. Over to Raymond. Raymond with the puck. Holds onto it. Raymond waits. Holds onto it. Over to Ekman Larsson. Ekman Larsson shot from the point. Looking for a chance there. Gets cleared away and sent the length of the ice. 13 minutes now left to go in this period between Sweden and Norway. Move right back in. Stenberg tries to throw it up. And no one there. Chance coming back the other way for Norway, but we cut off by Ekman Larsson. And Germany scores to make it 4-1. All of a sudden, this game has gotten very quickly out of hand for this German team. And looks like this game is slowly but surely getting out of hand here. Stenberg very upset at himself. And as we talked about when Austria ended up beating Latvia in their game, it was going to be very difficult for Austria to pull off a win against this German team, and we're seeing that and the reason for that right now. As Norway will look up ice and fire it down. 12:30 left to go in the period, 30 seconds left on this power play. Which team has the best power or penalty kills so far? Sure, I can pull up the stats on that. Pull it up at the period break. Taken down there. Walks in with it as Holmstrom. Shot from the point. Blockered away. Rebound is loose. Shot and scores. Austria's made it a 4-2 game. Rohrer with the goal on that one. And all of a sudden this game gets a whole lot more exciting. Austria 2, Germany 4. Grubauer with just, see what happened on that. Just missed it. Oh, and Grubauer just misses that. Brutal. Did that go in? Oh yeah, it did. Center bar. Wow. Grubauer misses that one. You don't see that very often. And the power play is now done for the Swedes. Nothing to show for it there. And a penalty call upcoming again will send Sweden right back to the power play. Solberg for Norway takes a holding penalty. And here comes the penalty brigade. Delay a game on that one. It's a tough call to take if you're Norway. Especially after how well you've played all game long. Now all of a sudden it's not looking so hot. Live lagging for you. I don't think it's too, wait, maybe it is. No, it seems to be okay. If it's lagging for anyone else, let me know. Part of the joy of Norway back the other way. Shoot, scores! 3-2 Norway! They score shorthanded! Wow! And what a game this has been! Do you believe it? Eric Salston for Norway makes it 3-2 shorthanded. That is unbelievable. Just completely loses the puck, and Salston takes it all the way to the house. Germany also going to the power play now, trying to make it a 5-2 hockey game. What is happening? Wow. 1:30 still to go left on this power play for Team Sweden. Persson takes it up top high. Heinemann over to Persson. The call's under review in Austria and Germany. They're reviewing it for a major, hit to the head kind of thing. Yeah, it looks like it. Maybe. Oh, that's just a weird play there. Smick takes it in the face. Five minutes or 4 minutes? Four-minute penalty, I assume. Double minor, I would guess on that. Let me just double check that's true. So it'll be a double minor penalty for Austria here, as there was a high sticking call. Basically just cross-checked the guy in the face. Can't really do that. 10 minutes to go in the period here between Sweden and Norway. The game that we all have our eyes very set on. Persson sends it on down to Heinemann. Heinemann, backdoor side, looking for Carlson. Can't quite squeeze it through. Carlson works it back. Flips the puck up. Works it over. And another penalty. This is going to be a 5-on-3 shot from Heinemann. Misses wider than that. And that will go the length of the ice down. It'll be a 5-on-3 power play for, I believe, delaying the game. Germany will go to a big 5-on-3 potential here. We'll see if they can get the job done. And that'll do it for Sweden's power play here. Not a whole lot to show for it except for a shorthanded goal. Seider with the puck for Germany. 5-on-3 here to really try and get this game extended. Seider moves it over Michaelis. Back to Seider. Seider walks the point. Works it over. Back to the point. Reichel shot. Tolvanen makes a good save there. A reminder that that it is a full 2-minute 5-on-3 power play, as it was a double minor assessed to Schneider for the high stick. 8:36 left to go in this third period. Norway leading Sweden 3-2. What a game that's been. Holy. So I was pretty torn on which one to make the game of the day, because you figure that this game, the Norway-Sweden one, was going to be tight, but also this Germany-Austria game just is so important. So I'm glad I didn't have to make the decision. Moves it over. 9 minutes here. Up to Seider. Seider works it back over. Walks in Michaelis. Takes the puck. Slides it over back to Seider. Seider with it now to Michaelis, looking for Reichel on the backside. Cannot find it through. Tomi. Tiffels over to Seider. Seider back to Tiffels. Back to Seider. Seider trying to close out the gap. Pass it forward over to Tiffels. Tiffels back to Michaelis. Shot. How did he miss that? What? I think he got off the post. Wide open cage. Cannot hit it. Michaelis again. Takes it, sends it down to Szymanski. Szymanski over to Seider. Shot, looking at the backdoor feed, shoots and scores. Lukas Reichel. I believe that's his third of the game. Bring out the chapeaus. Lukas Reichel makes it 5-2 Germany on the power play, or the 5-on-3 power play, and Germany will still remain on the power play. 5-2 Germany now. This game is starting to get ugly, and the hats are out. Well, the one hat is out on the ice for Reichel's hat trick. And we will turn our attention a little bit more now over to our other game, which has gotten extremely good over the last few minutes here with all these shorthanded goals that keep going in. What did they eat for breakfast? What is happening in this chat right now? Part of the joy of it is I can't follow along with the chat when we're covering this Austria-Germany game, so I think we lost our Austria-Germany game, maybe. Nope, there we go. It's back. As Germany has called a timeout to rest their players, get them ready for another go here on the power play. 8:05 left to go now between Norway and Sweden. Sweden in trailing right now. Norway up a goal, a bit of a shock here. Reminds you of a couple days ago where Canada was ended up trailing there kind of halfway through that second period after a bit of a tough goal allowed. We'll see whether or not Norway is going to be able to hold on to their lead today. Works over. Ekman Larson fires it to the front of the net, and that'll be dumped out front. Here's some trouble. but eventually cleared away. Works on insider. 5-on-3 still for Germany. Works in shot. Stenberg looking for the rebound chance. Broken up. Tiffel sends it down low. Szymanski fires it, gets the puck sent around. Tiffel's able to keep it in, though. Moves it over. Tiffel's shot gets the puck knocked off him, and back come Austria now. Shot from range. Move down to the corner. And Germany now will pick up the puck. 1:10 left to go in this third period, or 1:10 left to go in the power play. 7 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in this third period between Germany and Austria. Over in Norway and Sweden, still a 3-2 game, 7:05 left to go, as that was a weird tie-up play there. Raymond with the puck, drops it off there. Perssion's shot, turned away. Under 7 to go in both games. Austria looking for a few more goals than what Sweden's looking for, but Stenberg being given a rough ride right now by Ostby, Stenberg's holding on to his stick right now. Ostby not necessarily happy about that. Bjork getting sent off. Same with Koblar. That's a tough trade-off. The Germans will move in. Broken up, and that'll do it for the power play. Germany scored 1 there on that 5-on-3 opportunity. Two minutes each for roughing. It'll be a coincidental minor. And here we go, as Norway, I believe, just called a timeout. Their coach lighting up his team, getting them ready for these final few minutes here to see if they can close it out in this one. The Swedes heavily favored coming into this game, but you knew that there was a potential for an upset. With one upset already down today, where we did see Latvia take down Team USA, we will now see whether or not this Norwegian team is going to be able to pull off the upset against Team Sweden. 6:44 left to go, Norway and Sweden. Puck will be cleared up. Fired around. Ekholm with it. Koblar with the roughing penalty. And Austria now calls a timeout. I think we've had 3 timeouts already in the last 2 minutes. Bjork of the other penalty for it. 6:13 left to go in this third period between Norway and Sweden. It's turned out to be quite the day of action so far at the Men's World Championship Day 9 edition. We'll see what tomorrow will end up bringing. Ekman Larsson now looks up for Ekholm. Ekholm with the pass. Shoots it down low. Tipped in there at the line. Flipped up. Steen in pursuit of Persson. And Johansson now will turn the corner. Here comes Johansson over the line. Shoots, misses over the net. Sundqvist rims it around the boards. And the Norwegians will keep just flipping out this puck every chance they can. Broken up there again. Ostby for Norway ties the puck up along the wall. calling for a penalty here. Not going to get one of those right now. It'll be an empty net for Austria very early in this. Not too much of a surprise. As they'll work back in, take a shot at the empty net and hit it. 6-2 Germany. And they will take home the win today. Alexander Ahle deposits it into the empty net for Germany. A well-played performance today from the German team. They came ready to play in this one. Probably the best game we've seen them play to this point. It's good to see them take home a win. Germany 6, Austria 2. As this game slowly but surely starts to tick down here. Stretch pass up to Raymond. First on it there, negates the icing. Shot. This is wide of the net. Stenberg back with it. The net's off yet again here in Norway's game. 3:48 left to go, where we'll see whether or not this Norwegian team can hold on. Penalties really took care of Austria. They really did. What a pity they'd have to bring the U.S. to OT now. Sweden's power play is good for them. Yeah, Austrian shot off. That's why I wanted Sweden and Norway on the thumbnail. Unfortunately, you're outvoted in this game. I do what the people request. So the people wanted to see Austria and Germany as the main coverage or our marquee matchup today. I had to oblige. Oh, this one was always meant to be a good game between these two. Oliver Ekman-Larsson tries to work over there. 3:43 left to go in this period. Shot from out long. Raymond and Bjork. Tied up down in the corner. As we had mentioned, we're probably going to be focusing a little bit more on our coverage of Norway and Sweden over the next few minutes as Austria and Germany kind of tick away. We'll head to a power break, though, as soon as we say that, as the Norwegian player gets buried into the corner. Shot. Shot from out high. Under 4 to play now in Austria and Germany, as this game just needs to tick out at this point. Germany, a decisive win today. They pot the empty netter to make it 6-2. A blowout type of performance. If you are new here, please do smash the like button as we head into the final few minutes here of Sweden and Norway, which should prove to be a great game as well. We'll see who can end up pulling through with the victory. 3:15 left to go in this third period. Moves it over. Shot. Looking for the rebound chance. Nothing there, and fires it wide. As the Swedes put out their top unit now, we'll see if that means that this goaltender is going to be moving out of this net very soon. I would expect it to be so. Shots on goal so far in this game. 35 for Germany, 16 for Austria. I did not realize it was that bad. You can tell by the way this game was played that it was not a terribly close shot on goal count, but I didn't think it'd be that bad. Puck will be moved around. 3:13 left to go in this one between Sweden and Norway. As the Norwegians now will flip it back up ice. 3 minutes to go left in this period between Sweden and Norway. You can expect the goaltender to be on his way very shortly here. Question is, when does he go? 2:45 left in the period. Stenberg with it. Tries to throw it out front. Cannot find it through. Over to Ekman Larsson. Wheels it, shoots. Blocked up top. Raymond now. Collapses. Moves it over. Oh, and a great chance there for Brandstrom, but just off the outstretched stick. And the goalie has been pulled here for Sweden. Moves it down low. Bjork passes it over to Raymond. Raymond with the puck now. Raymond moves up to Ekman Larsson. Shot from the point. Looking for the rebound chance was Brandstrom. But Carlson will keep it at the line. Brandstrom moves it down to Stenberg. Stenberg loses it off his stick. Stenberg back with the puck now. Stenberg over to Bjork. Bjork to Raymond. Tries to cross screen to Brandstrom. Doesn't know where the puck is. Comes out on Raymond's stick. Carlson moves it down to Stenberg. Ivar Stenberg, one of the most watched players at this year's tournament. Stenberg walks in, shoots. Great save there by Hoagland. Moves it again. Bjork, stretch pass over to Raymond. Raymond can't find it in his skates. Owen gets tied up there as Raymond does. And now the Norwegians will try and move their way back in. And chaos here as Norway moves in. 1:15 left to go and taken down. No call. Ekman Larsson will collect it for the Swedes. Bjork brings it back in. Stenberg shot. Where's the puck? It's behind the net, and the net's off again. .54 seconds left to go. And the net's still off. It's been off since like 35 seconds ago. And we enter the final minute over in Austria and Germany as well. Germany's still leading 6-2. But the game that's counting right now with the goaltender pulled, a bit of a shock. There wasn't a penalty call there, an awarded goal, if you will. As here comes, I assume, the timeout from Sweden. I think they're the one team who hasn't called a timeout yet. Wow, they're going with is that their second unit that they're playing? Oh, no, never mind. No, they are going to switch them back out. This game has come down right to the final whistle. The game that hasn't, though, Germany and Austria, as Germany takes home a big 6-2 win, and they will keep their playoff hopes alive at this tournament. They will need a little help from their friends, but as of this point, still in it as of today. This game has turned final 6-2 Germany over Austria, your final in this one. As we turn our full attention back to Sweden and Norway. Sweden has just called a timeout. As we check in with everyone in our chat so far, it's been pretty good over here. Norway, no way. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. Oh, that might be our intro. Well, there's a few different intros we can go with today. Here we go. Norway 3, Sweden 2. Empty net for the Swedes. 44 seconds remaining in the period. Face-off 1, but immediately picked up by Norway. They'll shoot it down, missing just wide of the net, and Ekman Larsson back to get it for the Swedes. And here we go. Bjork in the face-off dot. You need a win. Bake Olsen for Norway, and the Swedes win the draw. Carlson with it now. Carlson brings it back to Stenberg. Stenberg loses the puck to Ekman Larsson, though, who will keep it in. Carlson will rim it around the boards. Over to Raymond. Moves it back. Over to Stenberg, who gets absolutely flattened. Ekman Larsson keeps it at the line. 15 seconds left to go in the period. Over to Raymond now. Raymond down low to Bjork. Bjork tries to throw it to the front of the net. Can't quite get it through. 10 seconds to go. Can Norway do it? Raymond over to Bjork. Bjork back to Raymond. 5 seconds on the clock. Moves it to Stenberg. Stenberg goes to the back door. Jam play. It will not go. And Norway will hold on to take it. Norway beats Sweden in upset fashion. A huge win for Norway as they keep their tournament hopes alive. What a game for Norway today. And Sweden continues their cold streak at this tournament, putting their playoff hopes in jeopardy. Wow. What a game for Norway. And that game has turned final. Norway takes home... Oh, that's not right. Norway takes home the 3-2 win over Team Sweden. And oh my God, we have so much to talk about tonight. Oh, what a day it's been. Latvia goes out and beats Team USA. Norway goes out and beats Team Sweden. Germany goes out and beats Austria. Denmark goes out and beats Slovenia. Switzerland beats the living daylights out of Hungary. And then I'm missing one game here. Which game am I missing? And then the Czechs beat Slovakia. What a day it's been. Oh, wow. What an absolute day of the tournament. And what a day to be live for, too. My goodness. Sweden and Norway with the big win 3-2. Germany ends up killing Austria and making it an ugly one there. Over in Canada and and yeah, that's fair. You know what would be really helpful in one of these types of games that's a relatively low-scoring game when you need a goal? I wonder. Maybe Anton Frondel could help. Just a thought. But no, let's just keep rolling out Jacob Delarose, who earned that power play chance off the top and then very quickly doesn't. Wow. What a game. What a day. And now I got to go try and keep myself under 30 or what's my limit nowadays? I think it's like 40 minutes is my kind of goal. Trying to stay around 35 to 40 minutes for those day recaps because otherwise I can talk for hours about this. What a game. Oh, wow. And they actually do it. Norway 3, Sweden 2. Germany 6, Austria 2. And the Norwegians will hear their anthem. Wow. And they will sing that thing at the top of their lungs. We are... Man, I have a lot I gotta go review now. These standings are in shambles. Oh my goodness. Because with that win, Norway, I believe at least, will leapfrog Sweden. Norway still has to play Denmark, which they can absolutely win. And I think they'll also be up. Am I miscalculating something here? Who does Sweden play in their final game? Who hasn't Sweden played yet? Denmark? No, they already played Denmark. I'm losing my mind. This is what happens when you stream 3 games in a day. Your brain just goes to mush. Who does Sweden play still? Oh, they do play the Slovaks. That's what I thought it was. So Sweden will go up against against Slovakia, and if Slovakia ends up beating Sweden, they will be knocked out of this tournament. We could see a tournament. We could see a men's world championship tournament with Sweden and the USA both not in the quarterfinals. Keep that in mind. Sweden and Team USA. Yeah, a lot of people are now. Yeah, please keep the receipts. Well, you will be talking 2 times speed for today's recap. I probably will be. I don't feel bad about that though. Just put me in half X. It still works. I need to get through a lot. We're going to cover a lot of ground today on today's day recap video because there is so much we have to talk about. So we might put ourselves in 2x speed, and if you guys want to watch the full 2 hours of our talking, you're more than welcome to. But my promise is I will keep it under an hour. That's my one guarantee because I don't want to edit an hour video. Round 1 predictions when? Well, likely whenever they resolve it. Hopefully, I want to put together a podcast for, likely it'll be on Wednesday. I think will be the plan. We'll go really in depth on those matchups. But wow, insane! So much to talk about. What an absolutely crazy day. Norway beats Sweden. Sweden on the ropes now, potentially being sent away. Wow. Before the tournament, you said this was going to be a crazy tournament. I didn't believe you then, but only you were right. Yeah, well, you think about it coming in, right? Just how poor some of the top teams were. Like outside of your big three, where I mean, realistically, your big three probably aren't going to get touched. Where you're looking at kind of Canada, the USA, Canada, Finland, and Switzerland as those like big three teams. Canada, I would say is fairly touchable, but still, when those games get important, I do expect them not to go out in the quarterfinals at this year's tournament. Knocking on wood for that. But, oh my goodness, what a day. What an absolute day of hockey. We will be taking a little bit of a break before we do end up recording. So be sure as well, before I do forget, we did just post our poll asking for your questions on the day. Go fill that out. You can find that in our community tab on the channel. So if you hit our profile or like the little icon, the logo, on the actual, where you click subscribe, you click on that logo, you go to the community tab, or maybe it's post tab now. Click on that and then go leave your comment if you have any for today's recap video. You'll have a little bit of time. We'll probably record this in probably 2-ish hours. We might be live again tomorrow as well. We'll keep you posted on that. But oh my gosh, what a crazy day of hockey. Well, if Slovakia beats Sweden, then they're out automatically. Bet you don't regret doing this last round of games today. I don't regret it right now. And right now isn't the issue. It's going to be tomorrow when I actually can't talk. The second place in Group B might be Norway. No, I think it'll still be the Czechs. It should still be the Czechs. Because the Czechs have beaten... Unless Norway goes and beats... Oh, I guess they haven't played each other yet, have they? Yeah, I guess if Norway goes out and beats the Czechs on the 25th, you could see that. True. Yeah, this tournament has gone so... There's so much we're going to have to do for what ifs tonight. There's a lot of prep that needs to be done. Because if Slovakia beats Sweden, Sweden's officially eliminated from this tournament. If they beat them in any fashion, they're officially eliminated from this tournament. Which is absolutely absurd. It is absurd to think about. Wow. That is insane. Good on Norway, though. That Norway win is going to screw up the standings so badly. Because you could also see, like, if the Slovaks go out and beat Sweden, obviously they're out. But if they lose... And then Slovakia wins their other game, which I think is against Canada. Memory serves, they against Canada? Yeah, they're against Canada. So if they win against Canada, is that tomorrow? That's tomorrow. Okay, that'll be... Well, if we're going to be live for a game tomorrow, it'll probably be Slovakia and Canada because, oh my gosh, that'll be a good game too. Wait, Slovakia might not make top 8 now, right? It's not guaranteed. They started with a fairly easy start to their tournament. This back half was always going to be tough for them, but we've too much mind-boggling bullcrap going on in the groups, and I love it. Yes, that checks out completely. Did you watch the Latvia-US game? We were live actually for this Latvian-US game, and so, oh my goodness, there is so much to talk about today. What a crazy game. Norway ate and left no crumbs. Really didn't. Slovakia, Sweden is going to be a high-octane game. It really is. If you think about it, for both those teams, you lose that game and you're likely going to end up being eliminated, depending on what happens with Canada and Slovakia tomorrow. But it's gonna be a crazy game. Oh my gosh! Wow! 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 Oh my goodness! Norway beats Sweden, and now has a very legit shot to go all the way at this tournament. Insane. Because I believe, let me just quickly double check that that's true before I say it out on stream. But yeah, so basically if Norway goes out and beats Denmark, they're in the quarterfinal rounds. And judging off what we've seen from Denmark, although they did play pretty well today and they've struggled against some of the best teams at this tournament, I find it very difficult that Norway won't be able to beat Denmark. I think in our predictions we had Denmark, didn't we? Yeah, we had Denmark beating Norway 4-2, but that'll be the final day of the tournament. For those that are interested, this is what we actually like rated out on the sheet, all our different scores for when we do those prediction videos. It's basically, you get the long sheet, which is the first one, and then you have this, and on the back side of it's also the playoff pictures. So for those that are interested in kind of the behind the scenes of on the fly, as far as that goes, for our notes at least. Oh, I mean, Czechia still can be first in Group B. We still don't know the standings at the end. Well, that's part of the fun of it now, is it's like there's so many what ifs that have now from here, right? Where at the start of the day we had this many, now we're down to like that many. And so we'll keep ticking off those boxes as the days go along. Big day coming up tomorrow as well, where we'll see Great Britain and Latvia. And after Latvia's win today, that game has a lot more consequence that will be fascinating to follow, along with Denmark and Italy in what potentially could be the relegation match at this tournament. We'll see who ends up pulling through there. Finland, Austria, a game that is huge as well for Austria, trying to climb their way up into the standings. We'll see. They're going to basically need to win out at this tournament if they're going to be able to make it into that round. So we'll see on that account. Should be interesting there. And then the big one, Slovakia and Canada. If we are going to be live tomorrow, who are we going to pick? It'd probably be Latvia, Great Britain for our marquee feature, and then Slovakia and Canada. We have a lot of Latvian friends, and so probably just make them the marquee feature just to keep them all happy, because I know there are quite a few of them even in this chat today, which I do really appreciate everyone for tuning in. We will wrap it fairly shortly, but I do just want to quickly talk through what a crazy day it was and get some preliminary thoughts out there for everyone who is on the Central European or Eastern European or even any kind of European time zone that isn't all this theory crafting is making my head spin. Well, welcome to my next few hours here in the studio. It's going to be basically writing out every possible scenario, unless Nick, I don't know if Nick's in here still, but Nick, the Iihf fan, who is a great follow on Twitter, he probably already has it all set up over on Twitter. So if you have not already, go check his stuff out. It's some really good content over there. But absolute chaos to end this tournament, or end today's games at this tournament. It's not even done. There's more that's still coming. But really do appreciate everyone for tuning in today. That'll do it for this one. I don't have that much more that isn't already going to be said in the outro or the video tonight for the day recap. So stick around, stay tuned. For our European friends, go to bed. It has been a crazy, hectic day. Actually, is that late? Yeah, it's that late. 11 o'clock for our Central European friends. 12 p.m. midnight for our Eastern European friends. A big thank you to everyone for tuning in today, though. We will see you all tonight, tomorrow, for our day recap video. Oh my gosh, this tournament is so back. But with that, if you made it this far in the live stream, thank you for watching. If you liked it, drop a like. If you really liked it, consider subscribing and tell all your friends that the IIHF Men's World Championship is so back. And it's back better than ever. Until next time, see ya.